Alright, my homemade barbecue sauce. Right, a lot of commercial preparations use onion powder, garlic powder. Why would we want to do that when we've got onions and we've got garlic? There you go. Right, I've also got about half a cup of dark muscovado sugar. That's got a wonderful, wonderful molasses smell to it. And it really is absolutely wonderful to use in this. You're going to need some cider vinegar. You're going to need about a cup of that. And I'm using 1 litre of sieved tomatoes, tomato passata. That comes in 2 500-gram cartons. If you're using it straight on the barbecue, you don't need to add liquid smoke, but I will be adding liquid smoke because I'm going to use this also as a tabletop barbecue sauce. In addition to the onion, that's a whole medium brown onion and a whole head of garlic. I've got a couple of teaspoons of what you might call kosher salt. We call it sea salt. I've got 1 generous teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, and I've got a tablespoon of light soy sauce. Alright, this is fairly easy to get making, so I'm going to take you over to the stovetop now and show you how we put this together. Alright, we let the oil get hot. First, a couple of tablespoons of oil. I'm using vegetable oil, and into that goes our chopped, I've finely chopped that onion. And we want to stir and fry that for a minute or two. You don't want this to burn. You don't want anything to burn in this at any stage. So just keep it moving, stirring and frying. I won't be using any starch in this menu and no artificial thickeners. All the thickening in this sauce will come from the onions and the garlic and the tomato. I would normally cook this in a deeper pan, but for the purposes of demonstration and instruction, I will do it in this large white pan, fricassee pan. In now goes my whole head of garlic, which again I've roughly chopped. I want a bit of texture in this sauce. You can also blend this sauce if you like, but I want a bit of texture in it. And then give that a good old stir. The reason I add the garlic a little bit later is because it's got a much higher sugar content and it will burn easy. So I want to get the garlic flavour in there, and there is a lot of garlic in this dish, in this sauce. And I just want to keep that stirring and frying now until the onion's gone completely translucent. Alright, just as the onion is starting to catch and caramelise, we add the tomato passata. Stir it in. That's 500 grams, half a litre, and now the second. Tomato passata is just sieved tomatoes. It's used in Italian cookery. It's quite common on the shelves in English supermarkets, but you can also get an approximation of it by just taking cans of good quality Italian tomatoes and putting them through the liquidizer. So I've just rinsed out the cartons with about 250 grams of water, which I'll add to it. Stir that in. And then I'm going to add in my soy sauce, my pepper, my salt, half a cup of dark muscovado sugar, and a half cup of cider vinegar. You can use wine vinegar, you can use apple cider vinegar, you can use whatever you like. You can even use Asian vinegar. And then stir that in, and we then allow all that to come to a boil before reducing it to a simmer. Stir it in well. I haven't added the liquid smoke yet because I quickly need to show you something. Okay, it's just starting to come to a boil, so I'm going to reduce that down to a fairly fast simmer and then allow that to reduce by about 1/3 to thicken. We're not using artificial thickeners in this, so the only thing that will be going on your barbecue is pure delicious flavour, no starch. I think I need to darken that a little bit to make it look more like a barbecue sauce. So what I'm going to add is some of this Chinese dark soy sauce, and I won't need a lot of it. I need about a teaspoon of it. So I'm just going to add that in, see where we are with it. And that's mainly a colouring agent. It's got a slightly molasses flavour, similar to the profile of the muscovado sugar, but really I'm adding it for the colour. I think I need a little bit more to that. So that's 2 teaspoons of dark soy sauce, which I'm going to add in and mix around, and I'm quite pleased with the colour of that. It looks more like a barbecue sauce to me. So I'm going to let that continue to reduce for about 20 minutes, or at least until it's reduced by about 1/3. Alright, while it's gently reducing away, I'm now going to just take a taste test. It's at this point you can adjust for any flavour that needs adjusting. I don't like it too sweet, so that's absolutely perfect for me. If you do like it sweeter, then you can add more sugar at this stage and stir it in well. I think it needs a little sprinkle of chili flakes, so I'm just going to put a little sprinkle of those on top, and because it's me, I'm going to add a little bit more. So that stage you can completely omit if you don't like chili in your barbecue sauce, or hot pepper flakes in your barbecue sauce. And another little flavour I'm going to introduce to it now is just a small pinch, say half a teaspoon of thyme. That's dried thyme. You can use fresh thyme. You need about a sprig of fresh thyme to make up for that. And we stir that in. And another little addition I like to add is mustard. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of French Dijon mustard, Grey Poupon. You can use Senf, you can use English mustard, but I wouldn't use American mustard for this because it doesn't really have the right flavour profile for what I'm trying to achieve here. So I'm adding Dijon mustard, a couple of heaped teaspoons of Dijon mustard, and stirring it in rather well. I'm going to have another quick taste of that once it's all stirred in, so I know where I'm heading. New spoon. Yeah, the thyme's giving it a lovely little floral note, and the chili's just giving it a nice little piquance, and that will continue to develop as the sauce reduces. So at this stage I'm going to add in about a teaspoon and a half of liquid smoke, and I'm going to see where that brings me. Recipes are not hard and fast, boys and girls. Make them your own. Try out new things, try out new flavours. Give it a try and you'll know where you're heading. Right, let me try another spoon. Now that's all stirred in. Yeah, that's going to need a little bit more liquid smoke. It's the first time I've used this product. It is rather good, but I was advised to add it gently to begin with. So I'm going to add the same amount again, another teaspoon, and see where I am with that. if you're just putting this straight on your meat, you don't need to add liquid smoke, especially if you're putting it straight onto a barbecue. Another clean spoon, and let's have a taste. That's exactly where I want it to be. I'm going to let that reduce a bit, and bear in mind that that once this cools off, it will actually thicken up more. So just be aware of that. So I'm going to leave that now to simmer for a few minutes more. Alright, once you've reduced it down to the desired consistency, your barbecue sauce is ready for use. Now you can bottle this. It's got apple cider vinegar in it, it's got sugar in it, 2 great preservatives. There's no reason why this wouldn't keep for 3 months, perhaps more. Certainly longer if kept in your fridge. And you can use it as a brushing sauce for barbecue, you can use it as a sauce on the side. So once you've tasted it, I'm pretty sure you'll be happy to use it. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to follow my channel, please subscribe and be sure to click the bell icon to receive notification of all my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.